Tears before the crown, what Queen Letizia said about Leonor heartbreak crown. The palace was silent, the air, heavy. Everyone thought this would be a celebration, the grand beginning of Princess Leonor's new life. But what Queen Letizia said just before the wedding changed everything. No one expected tears before the crown. No one expected a mother's heart to speak louder than duty. But that's exactly what happened. For years, Spain watched Princess Leonor grow, from the shy little girl clutching her mother's hand, to the confident young woman ready to become queen. Yet behind the royal smiles and polished waves, there was something deeper, something unspoken between mother and daughter. As the royal wedding approached, the palace was a flurry of movement. Designers finalizing gowns, advisors perfecting speeches, guards rehearsing protocol, but Queen Letizia, she was quiet, withdrawn, observing her daughter with a gaze only a mother could understand, a mix of pride, fear, and grief. Then, days before the ceremony, Letizia requested something unusual, a private moment with Leonor. No cameras, no staff, just the two of them, in Leonor's childhood room, surrounded by memories of a simpler life. She began softly, her voice trembling. "Leonor, before the crown, before the vows, before all of this, you were mine." Leonor smiled, confused. "I'll always be yours, Mama." But Letizia shook her head gently. "Not in the same way. Once you walk down that aisle, Spain becomes your child. And I must let you go." Leonor's eyes filled with tears. She had trained for this her entire life, the etiquette, the diplomacy, the weight of being heir to the throne. But no one had trained her for this moment. For saying goodbye to being just a daughter. Letizia continued, her words steady now. "The world will call you queen. But remember, the title means nothing if your heart forgets who you are. Promise me, you will stay true to the Leonor who laughs, who doubts, who loves." Leonor nodded, unable to speak. That night, the queen's words spread quietly among the palace staff. They said she had been seen leaving the room with tears on her cheeks, clutching a small box. Inside it was Leonor's first bracelet, one she had made at age 7, with pink beads and a heart charm. Letizia had kept it all these years, and now, she gave it back. On the morning of the wedding, the world's cameras flashed. Leonor stepped out in her stunning gown, radiant and poised. But hidden beneath her glove, tied around her wrist, was that same little bracelet. A secret reminder of where she came from. During the ceremony, as she looked across the aisle, many noticed her glance toward Queen Letizia. Just a second, but enough. A silent exchange only a mother and daughter could understand. Behind that royal facade, Letizia's expression told a story. Pride, loss, and love that no crown could ever replace. Later, after the ceremony, when the crowd's cheers echoed through the palace halls, Letizia whispered to King Felipe, "Our little girl is gone." He placed his hand over hers and said softly, "No, she's still here. She's just carrying Spain now." That night, Leonor wrote a private note to her mother. "I wore the bracelet. I felt you with me. I'll carry your strength wherever I go." It was a simple message, but it became the most emotional moment in royal circles. The press never saw the note. The palace never confirmed it. But insiders close to the royal family say that Letizia keeps it framed on her desk, next to a photo of Leonor as a child. It reminded her that love doesn't end when duty begins, it simply changes form. In the weeks that followed, Queen Letizia resumed her duties. Publicly calm, privately reflective, and whenever she spoke of Leonor, her words carried that same quiet ache, the pain of a mother who had to let her daughter belong to a nation. "Tears before the crown," one aide said. Because before she was Spain's queen, she was Letizia's child. It's a story not of sorrow, but of strength. Of love that transcends thrones and titles. Of a mother who gave her daughter not just a crown, but her heart. And as Spain celebrated its future queen, one truth became clear: the crown may shine in gold, but the tears behind it are what make it real.